So how did it slip past observation that the term YT, the letters YT, is more derogatory and condescending than just saying white person? Because all of those words that are meant to take over for words that you can no longer say, like you have to say unalive, schmex, I don't know, subortion, or you have to say, like, you have to put other words so that the word that you want to use is changed, and it's out of sensitivity. It's always supposed to be out of sensitivity. So how did it slip observation that, like, oh, now, okay, you got people that I wouldn't call nobody a YT unless I was really, like, pissed off or something. Like, if they were really illiterate and, I don't know, like a sundown town, or like they were like slurs and they were saying things. You have to get on my nerves. You have to do something. You have to do something to be called YT until now. And like now it's like everybody, like, it's not derogatory. Why? How the hell? It sounds more like YT, like a whitey. Like, how the fuck you don't know that? Can we be consistent and just keep the same energy? I don't give a fuck about whatever politics people got going on. And this is also a way to kind of like trick people that aren't paying attention to being something that isn't in their primary nature in the first place, to help them kind of go along with the liberal helter-skelter ideation. Like, oh, I don't notice that you're like praying for death, doing little voodoo and shit on people. Like, I don't notice that shit. I can't, like, I'm not smart like you. Like, I should just answer your questions and not ask any questions. Like, okay, so like, that is so, like, okay, like, I understand the concept of forgiveness, how it's like powerful. It's very powerful, right? You have to be strong in faith in order to forgive people. But what about when you have no reason and you want to stigmatize people, but you need to get more people with you, and those people aren't even really with you because they didn't really know how you swindled and tricked them to alienate somebody with you. So to take a term to make it sound more alienation, and then you have to they have to what's it called when you shit. I forget the fancy word for that. But basically, like, stand on your own 10 toes and shit. What the fuck? Why do you need to trick people that don't even know that they're being condescension to alienate somebody with you for? Like, not the fact that they can do it and then they got momentum for right now, for a short time, for a spell, for a short spell. Who expect me to think that they really cared about the Epstein files when we were hollering about Epstein files for a decade and nobody listened? And fucking Clinton was on the Lolita plane and took the boat to the island fucking over 24 times that we know about. So you could say, yeah, Trump was friends and they talked to it, they met, they knew each other at the Mar-a-Lago or something. Like, first off, do you even give a fuck? There's no way you think that anybody believes that you give a fuck. Not to mention that when Epstein was making advances at the staff that was underage, Trump kicked him out. Like rich men, they like young women. And I'm not saying that he had any like underage women, because Epstein was like in the market of young women. We don't know this shit. I'm not saying you can even defend. Like I don't know. But the difference is with Clinton, you have a very strong feeling. It just like something just keeps knocking, like it just keeps knocking. Like Clinton is one of them. Then with Trump, like fucking, you have to want to not call somebody something until you know, because if it turns out that it's not true and you're calling somebody that, then it's a little bit more true about you. And so like people are gonna say like, are you trying to say that we should defend Trump if it turns out that he was on the Epstein Island? Or are you trying to defend Trump there's a difference between knowing something and then somebody telling you that you should think something. When do I get to know that? To make that determination, like what kind of stupid ass thinks that Bill Clinton wasn't going to that island whenever he could get a chance? Dershowitz and them, that's their favorite place to be. So plus you know that, I mean, fuck. Like, okay, how do I know the same thing about Trump? Until I know, I don't know. Even if you would like to know, even if you would like to think that. So what's wrong with waiting until you know so that you don't accuse somebody who's innocent? Like, what's wrong with that? See, and it's because you want to, like, it's just like, we don't know that YT sounds like Whitey, and that is all in there to be more that's there to be more sensitive. Shit, how did I know that? You know? Yeah, it's like these people want to compartmentalize you so bad. And like there's like, how are you gonna be a good Christian if you don't hate certain shit? If you don't look for things to reject constantly, and actually hate is a form of love, because you're hating things that are abhorrent or things that are bad for society, things that you should want to keep away from your family. You're supposed to hate them things. Why are you hating? You sound like cheering. You're supposed to sound more like adults, even if you're not like always like measured up to like the status of like, you know, like all these things that you check off to say what's a man, right? So because a couple of those things need work, then just throw the whole baby out with the bathwater, and then just go and go to a cosplay fucking concert and fucking rock out with the cosplayers. You're not gonna do that. So like the enemy, which that's like lost already, and it's feeble and it's ridiculous what they have to try to get you to do, since they can't, then they have these little tricks. So you're not even interested in being demeaning and condescending, but they got you saying shit like whitey. Like, come the fuck on, man. Pick a different one. Have some imagination. Just pick a different. If you're gonna be censoring everything like that, and just pick a different shit. It's not mean YouTube, like I thought YouTube was YT. I don't know. This shit is getting dumber every day. Like, I thought that like individuals can get smarter every day, but the crowd though gets like dumb. It drags the individuals down. It drags the individuals' intelligence down every day. It's this whole task, and then it's got to be the wave rider generic people that are the most evilest ones. Because they're more threatened by anything that's going to bust up that little status quo that they check off to make sure the grift is still working. Because they think they're going to inherit it one day, which is why they act as if like you're not supposed to, like you're supposed to answer their questions and shit. You know what I mean? You got to prove things you don't got to prove to the person asking you, that is already assuming the answer when they ask you. Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, I guess I can't be honest because I don't know how to answer. Ah, shit. And if all sin is the same sin, then it makes sense why you're in the same camp with the furries, like the murderers and the fucking child molesters and everything. It's like, you don't give a fuck about the Epstein shit. It's just a one particular time when it's advantageous, then like, you know, you think that a high number of accusers that only show up when Trump or they're about to assign a new judge, a Supreme Court judge or something, and then they all pop up. There's absolute no way that they could all be full of shit, would there? Like, there's no way that many people could all be full of shit, could it? So to give, like, I still have faith in Trump because there's a possibility that the reason they can't release the Epstein files is because there's so many operatives and agents and like government people that are going to be unmasked as to get the most justice. And I'm not saying that they ever will try to get the most justice, but I'm saying is that a long list like that there's too many things that are in motion. So it's like, you know how they said like it would bring down the country. It's not that it would bring down the country. It would actually make too many people, put too many people in danger. Now, I'm not saying that is what happened. I'm just saying there's a possibility with a list that long that they're trying to release would put a lot of lives in jeopardy for not a lot amount of justice. So, I mean, you want to hope that there are like little covert clandestine missions, one by one, you know, will take some of these people to Guantanamo. We don't even have to know about it. Interrogate them, you know what I mean? Turn them double agent, turn them into your agent, release them back out there, you know what I mean? Biting their fingernails and everything. Release them back out there and make them work for us. But I mean, I call you a weirdo too for even thinking that. And I'm not really thinking that. I just throw things out there because I don't know. Like, you get in more trouble for admitting that we don't have authorization to say certain things because we don't know. Then the fucking terrible analogies that you might make that would be wrong. So that's why it seems like the crowd of it, the ship of fools is swelling way faster than like an individual can outmode them by becoming intelligent or helping others to become more intelligent.